Tube. What's going on? Should I say Tube from now on? YouTube. How y'all doing? Back at you again with another video. Why do I look so good? Anyway, I want to talk a little bit about frugality. Being frugal, if y'all don't know what that is, it's just pinching every single penny, almost being outrageous with the amount of money that you save. You're watching every dime, what goes in, what goes out, and you're saving up to have a big lump sum, or you're investing most of your money into something, be it just an investment fund, IRA or something like that, maybe saving up for a house, anything like that. So I think almost everybody has been taught to save money. I think that's just a given. And I think it's natural that when you receive money, even as when you were a kid, you want as much money, you want to keep as much of that money as you can, right? So it's not a secret that if you save enough, or you have a habit of saving, you will, have a lot in your little piggy bank come, every year that you check on it or whatever, what have you, however you want to balance your finances and everything. But I want to talk a little bit specifically about frugality and how it's not for everybody. Like, I guess I would have to say, am I for it or if I'm against it? I'm not really against it, but I wouldn't recommend it. I just read about the guy who made $1 million off of Dogecoin, and saw another YouTuber, interview him and how he did it and why and what made him do it, or why he came up with the money, or why he chose Dogecoin to invest in and everything. I'm not gonna link to that video because I don't know. I'm pretty sure they're all over the internet. It's not a secret. But what I'm getting at is that he was very frugal with his money. He has like a $2,500 car. AC doesn't work. He lives in a studio in Cali for like $1,200. Everything that he owns was either made out of something or picked up off the side of the road from someone else. And I understand it. I get it. I do. But I'm not that guy. I don't know. I mean, when I was coming up, I don't want to make this video too long. I always say that every video. But when I was coming up, I would always save, and I would be cheap as hell. You can ask anybody, any of my families, any of my friends. Every time we would need to go do something or buy something, I would say, I don't know, I don't need that. You know what I'm saying? I don't need that. If I didn't need it, I didn't buy it. As I got older and took the stick out of my ass, I'm just being honest. Like, I've calmed down a little bit. I've been less picky with things that I do or things that I buy. And frugality, man, I don't understand. I don't see that it's not for everybody. I mean, that's the point of this whole video. It's not for everybody. You can click off if you want. I'm just trying to give you a little bit more in-depth reasons why. It's just, and I gotta go back to my last video that I talked about, where rich dad, poor dad. But it's not a bad thing. So it's like, so what I'm saying is, the people who can do the frugal thing, because there's a whole lot of people that promote that. There's a whole bunch of millionaires that promote that. And, you know what I'm saying, living below your means. But I'm not gonna say if you're black. I'm just going to say, if you were raised in poverty, or if you were already raised below the norm means, you're not going to be as accepting to frugality as somebody who always had or chose not to have due to some other goal. Let me be clear. Let me just make sure I'm clear. So we have people that have goals, right? But there's not one way to get to that goal, is what I'm saying. And frugality, I think, takes a certain type of person to get there, in my opinion. In my opinion, frugality is for people who always had, or there was options. They had options to have more or to do more. But when you don't have that option, and when you have to eat once a day, or when your family doesn't really have a lot to give you when you're growing up, it kind of takes you out of the conversation of, would you be frugal? Because you don't know what outside of being frugal is. I feel like, I hope I'm getting to y'all. I hope I'm explaining this right. So, since you never had much, you appreciate what you have, or what you know what I'm saying, what you had when you were coming up. So when you get the opportunity to have more, it's going to be harder for you to be frugal than versus somebody who always had the option of those things, and let's say had more than you. So they have a reason to be frugal. They know the means to be frugal, but you don't. Am I getting to y'all? Are y'all understanding? I hope I am. I'm trying to make an example, but I don't want to be judgmental at the same time. So I'm just saying, take two people, right? First guy, he had a house, had a car. His parents, they had money. They weren't struggling. Let's just say, not that they were rich, but they weren't struggling. You know what I'm saying? Their parents could afford a graduation gift from high school, or their parents could afford to send them to college, everything. But then you have that other kid who his parents really didn't have much. Lights going on and off maybe every other month, 1 or 2 days. He only had a big, you know what I'm saying, dinner. He had to eat leftovers from that dinner every day. Couldn't eat. He had to eat at school because, you know what I'm saying, he couldn't eat at home that much. Parents didn't have much for a graduation gift. A car, I'm saying, like most kids get a car or something of that nature. And so once he gets on his own and do stuff like that, he wants to be able to appreciate or be able to experience the things that he didn't have. So he wouldn't necessarily be accustomed to frugality because he never had those options like the other kid. And that's my point. That's all I wanted to say. Because for me, I live in this 1-bedroom apartment. This is $1,400. The millionaire guy, he only lives in a studio, a smaller studio than me, and I'm only paying $200 extra more. He's only saving $200 extra more. I understand that. That's $200. That's $2,400 a month, or that's $24,000 a year that he's saving. Damn, that is a lot. Wait, 12 times 2. Yeah, that's $24,000. That's $2,400. Because 10 times 2, that's 12. That's 12,000. Yeah, $2,400. My bad. He's only saving $2,400 more dollars than I am. But obviously he's investing that, doing what he does. I don't think that $2,400 is that big of a deal where I need to penny pinch that and save it or invest that, because I have a bigger space. I am experiencing what I want to experience. I'm enjoying the things that, I'm enjoying my fruit that, you know what I'm saying, that I sowed, or was it the reap what you sow? I'm enjoying what I reaped. So that extra $2,400, I don't mind not having that, because I want to live my life how I want to live it without any financial burdens or without any financial, I want to say, limits. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm pretty sure, like his car, I mean, it's got like a Nissan, I don't know if it's Sentra, but it's outdated. His car, it doesn't have AC. Mine has AC. I have a GTO. It's a rare car. I'm not trying to live like that because I want to enjoy the luxuries of what I can afford, and I want to enjoy my life. So the being frugal thing is not for me. It's really not, and I don't think it is for a lot of people. Last thing I'm gonna say real quick is that what I wanted to say about the rich dad poor dad thing is just when you have friends, family, colleagues, and stuff like that, being frugal or teaching you a way to save money and do everything, you are probably 9 times out of 10 are gonna be doing the same thing that they do because that's what they're accustomed to. That's what you're comfortable, and that's what you see every day. You're seeing these people hoard and invest and save for like 5-10 years and then come out millionaires, owning businesses, doing anything like that. But when you don't see that, and when you seeing your friends on the flip side, your friends buying cars and splurging, going to Vegas, buying bottles, going to clubs, maybe women, doing the damn thing, just living it up, 9 times out of 10, you're going to be doing those things. It's not a bad thing, though. It's not a bad thing to have those things or do those things. It's just a different perspective of where you are in a different environment of what you're accustomed to. So is it a bad example that you have friends, family, colleagues that buy Mercedes and BMWs and stuff like that? Not really. If that's what makes them happy, if that what makes you happy, being around that energy, being around that type of people, and you want to be able to do what they do, then do you, boo. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what you're gonna do with your life, because that's what you've been accustomed to. That's what you've seen your whole life. But that's kind of what makes you not who you are. Let me stop. That's kind of what makes you happy in life. You know what I'm saying? Until you change, or until you change your perspective, until you have something more important than that life or than those ways of, handling your finances, who's to say that that's wrong? Or who's to say that you're not supposed to be doing that? Or who's to say that it doesn't make you happy? If that makes you happy, that makes you happy. So I'm just saying, the archetype of a frugal person, it's very specific, and I don't think it's for everybody, and I wouldn't recommend it. I wouldn't recommend it if you're the type of person that likes to enjoy things instead of waiting, I guess, you know what I'm saying, for your gratification. I guess it's just a better, quicker way to have what you want, not being frugal than being frugal. I don't want to classify it as instant gratification, but you only live once, man. I mean, come on. And we all know you can't take it with you. You can't take it with you. So it's your life. Live it the way you want. I'm not going to be frugal to a certain extent. When I get my millions, I get my millions. But I'm not going to be frugal to get to that point. It's just not me. It's just not me. So I'm sorry this video is so long. But if your bigger picture is something different, using frugality, or you think that being frugal is the way to go, then that's you. But I feel like there's better ways than penny pinching, watching every nickel, watching every dime. Even you can still have the same bigger picture by just doing something else. Sorry this video is so long. I didn't want to babble, but hey, you got me. This is what it is. If you're still here, appreciate you for watching. Thank you for listening. But I hope you got my point, or I hope you understood where I'm coming from. But all right, guys, take care. Y'all be frugal if y'all want. Do what y'all want, but live your life and make sure you're happy at the end of the day, guys. All right. One take.